Mobile sales has been rapidly grown up. Mobile phone is a portable device that allows users to make and receive calls, send texts, and access the internet. Modern mobile phones, often called smartphones, offer a wide range of features including cameras, GPS, and various apps. Phones in 1973. In the 1973, the first portable cell phone was invented in 1973 by Motorola. On April 3, 1973, Motorola engineer Martin Cooper made the first ever cell phone call on the Dynatac 8000X. The prototype he used weighed 2.4 pounds 1.1 kilograms and measured 9.1 x 5.1 x 1.8 inch, 23 x 13 x 4.5 centimeters. This clunky device offered a talk time of just 30 minutes and required 10 hours to recharge. Before this, owning a car phone was the closest that one could get to not being tied to a landline. The Dynatac phone was priced at $3,995, equivalent to $10,000 today. Phone in 1985. Harrison made the historic call from one of the first mobile devices, a transportable Vodafone VT1, which weighed 4.7 kilograms and had around 30 minutes of talk time. In 1985, the transportable Vodafone VT1 cost £1,650, which is equivalent to £4,632, or 81,800, today based on inflation. Phone in 1995. In 1995, mobile phones were large and had long antennas, resembling today's cordless phones. While they may seem odd to us now, they were quite popular back then. Phone in 2000. Sony and Ericsson made the first phone to include Bluetooth connectivity as early as 2001. The Sharp JSH04, meanwhile, became the first cell phone to feature a camera. Launched in the year 2000, the phone was sold exclusively in Japan. 2 years later, Sanyo and Sprint teamed up to release the first camera phone in the US. Phone in 2007. In that era, the Apple iPhone made its grand entrance, revolutionizing the mobile landscape. But it wasn't alone, there were other contenders too. One Nokia N95 a powerhouse with its 5-megapixel camera and Symbian OS. 2 T-Mobile Shadow, sleek and Windows Mobile powered. 3 Palm Centro, surprisingly delightful for its time. 4 HTC Advantage, a versatile Windows Mobile device. And of course, the iPhone, a game changer that invigorated the entire industry. Phones in 2012. The world is a huge place, but there is one thing nearly all of it has in common: cell phones. In 2012, nearly 94% of all people, or 6.7 billion, had mobile subscriptions. Unique mobile users stood at 4.3 billion and there were 5.3 billion phones in use. Phones in 2020. The year 2020 was a slow and unusual year for the world, but the tech industry recorded growth in many sectors. Particularly for smartphones, 2020 was a rather interesting year compared to 2019. This was the year of 5G in smartphones, also the year when Apple launched 5 phones in 1 year for the first time, and yes, they all come without a charger and headphones. This also captures the progression of technology and the market over the years. Just last year, we were introduced to the 90Hz display, and in just 1 year 120Hz became a norm on all premium smartphones. High refresh rate OLEDs and LCDs have now made it to mid-range segment and even on some budget phones from brands like Xiaomi and Realme. Phones in 2024. There is something for every consumer, from foldables to flip phones, from 5G devices to flagships. 2024 is expected to take this technological revolution to the next level. With AI slowly becoming the way of life, brands like Google and Samsung are planning to load AI capabilities in smartphones.